Hey everybody, this is Matt Dickman, and this is another edition of Inside Out. Today I'm going to take a look at social news aggregator Digg.com. Now, Digg has rocketed really to popularity over the past couple of years, and really what it is a social news aggregator. So members of this site actually submit content to it from anywhere across the web, anywhere that has a URL. It could be a YouTube video, it could be something on Delicious, it could be a blog entry, a magazine article, a newspaper article, and you're starting to see some of the more traditional online publications use this Digg technology because it's really taps into a refined core group of individuals who use the site day to day to distribute and aggregate and filter news into something that's actually manageable. So let me just take you on a quick tour over here. This is the landing page of Digg, and what you're going to see is, first off, you're going to see the most recent. It defaults you into technology because really this is a more tech focused. It actually started extremely tech focused and has kind of moved into more of a general business / news site, but it still is primarily technical in nature. So you're going to see it defaults you into technology, and what you'll see are stories here that are in the most recent column. You can change that. You can see top stories in the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, and year. And what this basically gives you is a really quick look at the most recent, very popular stories on the site in the technology industry. So what you'll see, this is what each module is kind of made up of. You can see the number of digs, so 272 digs, and you can dig this. So actually this is something I've been meaning to dig. So Apple's got a new 13-inch laptop ready prep for the Leopard launch. This is a rumor. So if I think that this is cool, I can dig it. Now what you're going to see is that the number of digs changed, and this was because I had this page sitting here, and in the meantime a number of other people also dug it. You'll see the icon below turns to the word dug, which lets me know that I've already dug it, and I can get a little bit more information. If I click through to the actual article itself as it was submitted by the user, it takes me to Engadget, which is what the source was. But what I can do is I can come into Digg and get more information. So this is the description that the person that posted the content wrote for it, which every piece of content is required to have some description in there. What it's going to do is it's going to tell you how long ago it was submitted. So 55 minutes ago this was submitted, who submitted it, so you can click on the username and see what else they submitted, which is kind of a nice little social feature that's built in here. Different topics. It was filed in news, technology, and then the Apple directory. The source, Engadget.com. You can share it, which lets you blog about it, send it an email, send it an instant messenger. You can favorite it, and then below that you'll even see comments. So individuals, and you'll see on some of the posts that get a lot of digs will have a lot of comments where people say, oh, that's not accurate, this is accurate, it's changed. So after that initial news story is put into place, there are ways for the community to keep working on it, engaging it, and involving it, which is a big part of this. So what you can do, if you think somebody's comment is good, you can actually give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and you can actually dig comments. So not only are you digging content, but comments. So this whole social nature of the site filters all the way down through the depths. And I mean that in a good way because it is a very deep, broad site. So let's look up here at the top. You can see who dug it, which is another filter. So you'll see my avatar is in here, this Matanium. You can see all of the other people are in here. You can click on them and see what else they've dug. It just gives you a really nice community feeling when you're inside this. So the other things you can do, across the top there are news items, which I'm in right now. I'm in news, technology, Apple. But I can move into, Microsoft. I can see what the top Microsoft stories are. And it's going to bring me into a very similar page as what I landed on. So most recent. I can look at the top 24 hours. There aren't any stories on this topic right now. I can look at the past 365 days, which are going to give me, this has 12,778 digs. And the way that Digg works really is it's the number of digs, but it also takes a look at the velocity. So if you have a lot of digs in a very short amount of time, that is going to be something that rises really quickly inside the system. So we could have not as many digs as something else, maybe that has been there like a year or even an hour. Something that gets 50 digs in 5 minutes is going to beat and rise quicker than something that got 50 digs in a day, for example. So velocity has an input in there. The other thing that Dig has more recently added is it's made it more of a social network, a true social network. Before a recent modification, you could kind of put an icon in there, an avatar. You could use your photo if you wanted to. But now you can add friends inside the system. You can look at what your friends are digging, which I think is really, really interesting. So you can see your friends' activity here. And that'll show you what they've dug, where they're digging it. So for me, actually, this is a really good way to do some research on things. I mean, this searching on Dig is like searching pre-filtered content that other people think is interesting. So it kind of weeds out some of the things that shouldn't really be in there, maybe that Google would pick up. So this, especially if you're looking for the niches that Dig covers, you can really get down and get some really valuable insights just through looking through the system. So you can see, some of the things like how many digs I have, digs that have been in the upcoming. So that's another thing that I wanted to show you is if you go to any of these pages, really, you have this core area, which are the most recent top digs. You have the top 10 digs in technology, which is just in general. And then you have this upcoming button up here at the top. So upcoming are things that have just been dug. So you'll see they have really low dig counts, 1 dig, 2 digs down here at the bottom. And this is where people really look for news that's just breaking. So if you stay on this upcoming page, you'll see people that submit things that maybe they've heard from a source. And then this is where people actually pick it up. If a couple people dig it here, it moves to the next level, and then it moves to the top of that category page, and then it moves to the home page. So there's a real interesting way that the community actually moves content up as it finds it interesting. It also is self-policing. So, if there's something that is a copy of something that's already been dug, people can bury it. If a commenter starts attacking somebody, you can bury the commenter. So it's really a way of the community self-policing and keeping control of itself. So that's really it for Dig. If you have any questions, just send me an email, mattdickman@gmail.com, or you can leave me a comment on the post. And if you have anything that you'd like to see me cover in a future Inside Out episode, just let me know that as well. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.